Merry Christmas, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this gracious holiday. Hope you've enjoyed the time with your families, if you've been lucky enough to have it. And if not, well, the true season is not over until like January. Anyway, just thought I'd come on and just show you. Actually, let me put my little hat on. And show you guys what I got for Christmas. Let's just start off with these two little things. Okay. Card game, Monopoly Deal. This is definitely going to be interesting and hell on earth to play with my competitive family. Next we got, I have tried these. These are Jolly Rancher Sour Gummies. These are not sour at all. To be fair, I think I threw away the really sour ones, and that is lemon. This because no one wants lemon. They're not bad. They just aren't really that sour. Next up, some boxers. I am always happy to get pairs of boxers. Just like stocks, your opinion on getting presents like that changes as you get older. Next up, I have been wanting this movie for months. I think about a year now. For a quick date check. Nope, I've just been wanting it for months. Transformers Rise of Beasts. Oh, Rise of the Beast. I cannot wait to watch this movie, adding it to the major marathon I have set for myself. Speaking of marathon of movies and TV, as I've shown you, I have the Spectacular Spider-Man, the complete series. I have the Batman 2004, the complete series. Now I can add Superman, the complete series. And I'll be honest, I will be completely honest. As a kid, as much as I did love Superman, I never watched the cartoon that much. It's the same thing with Batman the Batman animated series. Around the same time this was out. I was never the biggest fan of it. My Batman was the Batman '04 and Batman Brave and the Bold. Those were my Batman cartoons. Same with Superman. I was more of a fan of him working with the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. It'll be interesting to see another of the Horsemen, basically, of the animated DCU. This is gonna be fun. There is one episode of this that I'm definitely. Well, there are actually a few episodes I'm looking forward to because I remember I've been on a clip binge of times of watching clips from Superman. And I've definitely gotten, as the older I've gotten, my love of Superman has definitely evolved with it. Next up, of course, I got some Funko Pops. Let's just get this one out of the way first. We got Jolteon adding to my growing Evolution collection. I now have Jolteon, Leafeon, Sylveon, and Glaceon. I believe I'm almost halfway. And the rest are Funko Pops. You got, rest in peace, the rowdy one, Roddy Piper. One of the best talkers in WWE history. One of my all-time favorites from the 80s, the Big Boss Man. This guy should have been at the least an Intercontinental Champion. Maybe not a WWF Champion, but this guy was popular enough and athletic enough, built enough. This guy was also believable enough to be at the least the Intercontinental Champion. Or even Tag Team Champion with Slick managing him and Akeem. Just, even then, if he didn't turn into Akeem and if he just kept the one-man gang while teaming with the Big Boss Man, they would have been Tag Team Champions. No doubt in my mind. That version of the Twin Towers, dominant Tag Team Champions. And the last two, these kind of retro ones, we got the Bloodline version of Jimmy and Jay Uso. Doesn't matter. I have Main Event and Born a King. This is also a storyline that needs to die. The Bloodline. Just with Jimmy especially, how they're writing Jimmy, I've said this before, whenever I think of tag team breakups going separate ways with the superstar, there are two tag teams that I think of. Obviously, like every wrestling fan, you think of the Rockers. You think of who's going to be the Marty Jannetty, who's going to be the Shawn Michaels. And for a little bit, I thought Jimmy would turn into the Marty Jannetty of the Usos, and Jay would turn... Oh, he's backwards. Jay would turn into the Shawn Michaels. That's somewhat what's going on, but it's leaning more toward this other tag team I always think of, and that is the Hollywood Blondes. Stunning Steve Austin and Flying Brian Pillman. Jay, I can see getting the Stone Cold push. Not like Stone Cold, let me explain. I can see Jay getting the more, as his nickname now says, main event shots, hence main event Jey Uso. I can see him, like he did last week or 2 weeks ago, challenging for the World Heavyweight title, for the World Championships on the show. Will he win them? I want to say yes, being a Jey Uso fan, but also, I don't know. Again, this is a guy I could see gunning for the Intercontinental Championship and his way to the World Heavyweight Championship. And at the same time as that, I kind of see this with Jimmy Uso being the Brian Pillman of the Usos. Still is successful and still is over, still gets title shots, but doesn't get to the level his tag partner did. I don't know. With Solo, the second they truly pull the trigger on Solo Sikoa being a solo superstar, like how he was in NXT, I have no doubt in my mind, if they give him a US title shot, that Samoan spike is going right through Logan Paul's neck. Yeah. And second to last thing, there is one, I don't know if you can see it, it's right there on my desk. Thankfully, you can't see what it really is, but oh my god, it's almost the crowning achievement compared to these two. I got 2 new games for my Switch. I got Sonic Superstars. I cannot wait to play this with my little cousins on the 28th, actually, because I'm going to a Christmas party at my grandma's house. I can't wait to play this. I actually haven't played it all day today just for that. I wanted my first experience with this game to be with my cousins. And the second game, now I have been playing this, and I've been having some of the most fun I've had playing a game with this character. I've also been playing another game that I got. I don't know if I've shown it on a video, but I've had this game for a while, but I never played it because I had another game that I was kind of binging through. I really gotta put this comic away before it really becomes ruined. This is Super Mario RPG. This game is so fun. I now see, because I remember watching the Direct at work and hearing, because I was listening to it more, watching it. I remember hearing that they were remaking Super Mario RPG, even without playing it. I at the most have watched Nathaniel Bandy's Triggered video on it, and I believe, I would watch Game Grumps play through the game on Super Nintendo, which is where it came from. And when I saw the announcement trailer for RPG getting remade, I don't know what she just said, I really didn't get the whole hype of it. I knew it was definitely a popular game. I know some people are going to lose their shit over it, but I'm a guy who didn't grow up with the Super Nintendo. I grew up with PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 and the Wii. That was my childhood of video games. Hell, even the first video game console I had as myself was a plug-and-play Atari 2600, and the first video game console I ever played with was the N64 at my grandma's house, and me and my cousin would always play Mario Kart 64. So yeah, I never played any Super Nintendo games until I got the Super Nintendo Online thing on my Switch. Never played the Super Nintendo game aside from that. So I never really, until I started really playing this game, I never understood the hype that this game just had so long. Now I get it, and I fucking love it. And it's so, the other game I've been playing today is Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I understand the hate behind it because the Rabbids are annoying, but the game's pretty good so far. I'm still in the very early stage of the game, same with this. I've only scratched it because I know this game is long. But I've just been having so much fun playing this game. Now, the true finale of this, I am so happy I got this. There are so many things. Don't look at it. This, by its own rule, is the biggest selling album ever. Michael Jackson's Thriller! I don't know why he has a tiger on his lap. I was like, but I am so shocked that I actually got this for Christmas. I love Michael Jackson. People can say what they want. Yes, he has had demons. He is a fucked up person, but you cannot deny in the 80s and 90s, hell, when he was part of the Jackson 5, this guy was and will forever be the king of pop. This will be a king of music. People in 2075, 2090 will be looking back on music. When they find this guy, they will say, this dude was and is one of the best. Especially this album. There's only... there's my favorite... The thing is with it, I just love this. The thing I was trying to say is my favorite Michael Jackson song is not on this. It is... my favorite Michael Jackson song is Smooth Criminal. But the songs that are on this, you can't beat these songs, man. I love 1982. So yeah, I love that I got this. I never expected to get Thriller. Anyway, so again, Merry Christmas to all a good night, and hopefully 2024. You got a good year next year. Actually, before I go, I want to say one thing. I watched the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, and so many people were so pissed or so complaining that the game isn't going to be out till 2025. Here's my thought process on that, and it's very simple. You either wait the extra year for a game that is taking this long, because there's no doubt in my mind that that the company behind Grand Theft Auto has been working so hard to make sure this game is perfect and it's just the way they need it to be. And if that takes extra time, it takes extra time. It's either you wait and get the game you're expecting it to be at the level you want it to be, or you can do what Sega did for a while. You rush the game and you get a broken, unfinished glitch fest. But to be fair, and I know someone might comment this, a long expectation does not exactly mean a good game. A good point at this is Cyberpunk. That game was probably I remember seeing trailers of that all over the place. It didn't come out till about the end of the PS4, almost right before the PS5 was announced. Yes, a long wait time does not exactly mean a good game, but it is... To wait a while for a game is a lot better, in my opinion, than to get an unfinished game. And there's a quote on this from the AVG and Trespasser. A late game is just late. An unfinished game is unfinished forever. You can mod it, you can do all these stuff. It is unfinished. And I said Sega because, obviously, Red Button and Sonic Boom. That game was rushed and obviously not finished. And so many of their other games you could argue weren't that good because of maybe a rush. I don't know. I always believe it's better to wait for a game than expect it to come out fast. Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys. And hopefully let's pray for a goddamn good year next year.